In this video, we're gonna take a look at Corsair's latest budget wireless mouse called Harpoon RGB wireless. Now, two really interesting things about this mouse, guys. We got the brand new Slipstream technology that is introduced with this model, and secondly, it's the price tag $49.99 US. Sounds very interesting, but is it any good? Let's take a look at it. Let's get into it. Alright, so hey, how's it going, guys? It's Robin here on RB and Hardware. On this channel I cover gaming peripherals and cheap PC components, and so if you're interested in that, consider subscribing and don't forget to tap the notification bell so that you don't miss out on future videos. Now, if you're looking for a cheap mouse to pair up with your gaming PC or Xbox console or any other console for that matter, Corsair's brand new wireless gaming mouse with Slipstream technology might just be what you're looking for. Now, wireless has for a long time been something to typically stay away from, but over the recent years, wireless technology has improved a lot, and it seems like Slipstream is yet another technology, wireless technology in the right direction. Yeah, we're gonna talk a lot more about this in a second. For more information about the Harpoon, you find the links down below, guys. With that said, let's start by having a look at the specifications. So Corsair's updated Harpoon works as good wirelessly as it does in the wired mode. And speaking wirelessly, the built-in battery will last you up to 60 hours of use without RGB on if you're sticking to Bluetooth. But if you rather use the 2.4 GHz Slipstream that I recommend, you're getting a little bit less here, about 45 hours or 30 hours if you choose to leave RGB on. We got a total of 6 programmable buttons, all of which are using the arm and switches, which has a very satisfying click response. And yeah, more about this in a second. It weighs in just under the 100 gram mark, and so for being a wireless mouse, there are definitely far heavier wireless mice out there. Now, in terms of sensors, it's packing the PMW3325 10K DPI sensor instead of the 3320 6K sensor Corsair was using in the corded Harpoon. So this sensor should potentially be a bit better, but yeah, again, more on this in a second. But let's talk about Corsair Slipstream for a moment. So the biggest and most interesting feature on the updated Harpoon is the all-new Slipstream technology. It is twice as fast as the previous generation of wireless tech and has a massive range up to 65 feet. It supports 3 devices on a single adapter and will constantly search for the best frequency to keep your connection nice and stable. The technology behind Corsair Slipstream spells IFS, which stands for Intelligent Frequency Shift. This technology constantly scans the wireless spectrum at a ludicrously fast rate, half a millisecond to be exact, which makes it faster than Logitech's light speed in comparison, in order to find the best and most stable transmission frequency, even when you got multiple wireless devices going on in your home at once. Slipstream creates a single strength that is about 2.5 times stronger than previous generation wireless tech from Corsair, which will hopefully come as good news for all of those who has struggled with the 2.4 GHz devices in the past. And on top of that, it has the ability to deliver double the number of data package per milliseconds of bandwidth. So a lot of technical stuff here, guys, but it should make wireless more reliable. Now, talking about the size, I would say that this mouse is more suitable for smaller hands. First and foremost, Corsair is marketing the mouse as a claw grip type of mouse. However, I always preferred using palm grip. I would consider my hands to be normal sized, and to me it felt a bit small at first. But I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about in a second. In terms of buttons, we got 6 in total, all of which uses arm and switches, and the main and left button are set to last for 50 million clicks, which is about industry standard. Now, the scroll wheel is made of rubber and has the typical resistance, and yeah, you know that distinct stepping you find on other mice as well. There's nothing special here, but yeah, let's take a moment and listen to how they sound. Now talking about the sensor, the Slipstream wireless has been updated from the original Harpoon, which was rocking the older 3320 optical sensor, which Sai, also known as Rocket Jump Ninja, the gaming mice expert, ranked as an average sensor. Anyway, the newer sensor is called PMW 3325, and the biggest difference here is the higher sensitivity. Now while the max sensitivity on the older 3320 is 6K, the newer sensor has been bumped up to a max DPI of 10K. Now I've spent hours in Fortnite, CSGO, Overwatch as well as World of Warcraft, both on cloth and on harder mouse pads, and yeah, I found zero issues with the sensor. It never failed to register any movements for me, not even the most rapid ones. Now I've noticed lately, after been testing a few mice over the years, that I have a tendency of flicking the mouse occasionally, and this was something I found a bit more challenging with the Harpoon at first, as the sides, the way the sides are angled so to speak, makes it a bit harder to lift, as I tend to not get the best grip whenever I try to lift it off. But after been using it for a while, I started to actually grip it a bit differently. This has much to do with the size. Since it's a smaller mouse, claw grip works best for the Harpoon in my opinion, as the palm grip simply puts my middle finger right over the DPI button, something that you need to have in mind if you got bigger hands. Now, I've been using the Harpoon together with the K73 and the lapboard about 3 meters away from my Xbox without any issues here. I even tried to back up a few meters even further away from the Xbox so to speak, without ever losing the signal here. So as far as I can tell, the signal seems very stable. Flipping the mouse over, we will find 4 feet that does a great job of keeping a great glide here, and in the IQ software you can assign and customize each of the 6 programmable buttons with micro, text, remap keys, we got media keys, and since it carries RGB as well, you can also set and customize the RGB in a wide range of different patterns, and you can even create and download other creations from the internet. Keep in mind though guys, that the RGB on the wireless mode shreds about 15 hours on the 2.4 GHz Slipstream mode. Still though, even with RGB on, battery should last you about 30 hours or so, and if you leave it off, you got about 45 hours of battery life on this puppy. So conclusion time. Now, Corsair Harpoon Wireless is a brilliant high quality mouse with armor and switches and a body that feels a lot more expensive than it actually is. Button placement as well as the general layout is great in my opinion. Its biggest shortcoming in my opinion is the somewhat unusual shape and the smaller size. I wish they would have made the sides angled a bit differently, but for $50 I simply cannot recommend the Harpoon Wireless enough. It's a brilliant wireless mouse with stellar wireless technology, and this could be a great choice for anyone looking to take the gaming experience to the couch and pair it up with the Corsair K63 and the lapboard for example. I've been using this solution for wireless gaming on my Xbox for a while now, and I'm simply loving it. Now guys, let me know in the comments below, do you prefer wireless over corded? It's nice to see companies improving the wireless technology, and I cannot wait to see what Corsair has for us on the horizon. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, have an awesome day, alright?